What's up, beautiful besties, and welcome into the Divine Feminist by Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. This is Friday's reading. My goodness, it's going to be timeless, of course, friends, as per usual. Most readings on this channel are timeless, and I do thank you for being here with me. I am running a little bit late today with our reading. Usually I have them ready for our channel members the day before at the very least, but things have been going really well lately with my in-person reading. I've been doing quite a few, meeting people from all over the world. It's been such a blessing connecting with folks in person as well. So here I am, just like I said, running a bit late. But if you want to connect to the energy, you can always go ahead and show your girl a little bit of love as well and hit that like button or subscribe if you are new to our space. Let's open up a spread and see what on earth Spirit wants us to hear today. Let's see. Oh, I feel like this one wants to come up. Ooh, I love the Chariot. Okay. Cancer energy. Then we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, you're going after something with your whole heart. With your whole heart, all of your passion. Okay, let's see. We've got the Queen of Cups and the Hierophant. What is this? I like it. Ooh, I said, what is this? And I see the Four of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck, yo. This is like you're holding something very close to the vest right now. You're not speaking on it. This could have to do with a passion, a project, a goal, something that you are really connected to. I got to be real with you. This is coming from the heart. This could be a creative project, but it could also be something to do with your spirituality as well with the Hierophant, okay? Some of you are moving very quickly towards being some kind of influencer here. Now, it doesn't always have to mean influencer in that sense of, you know, get ready with me while I whatever, but it could be, okay? You could be, you know, that could be a path for you, but what you're doing is definitely more in alignment with your spirituality, okay, with the Hierophant. You are taking yourself, your goal, and your passion very seriously right now. I see 100% dedication, right? Which I can totally relate to. I can totally relate to because, I woke up early to make sure that I could at least get a reading out today to stay on track, to stay on schedule here for our beautiful Divine Feminist Glow Up gang, okay? So I get it. But this is for you, right? So is there a project? Is there a goal? Is there a dream that you are 100% focused on, dedicated to accomplish? Okay, your dedication is really showing a lot here. You are right now with the Four of Pentacles not telling a lot of people about this, which as you should, bestie, as you should. Keep this to yourself until it is 100% totally developed, until you are ready to come out with it. This is some very strong advice coming through from Spirit. So if you are working on something that you're very passionate about, as much as you'd like to scream it from the rooftops right now, it is best to keep it under wraps until you're ready to publish or until you're ready to come out with it, because you are so connected to it. I do feel like you already are doing that as far as like listening to your intuition. Your intuition has been telling you to keep this to yourself and to not necessarily share as much as you want to. See, it's interesting because what I'm picking up is you might be, let's say you're writing a book. Okay, I'm just going to use this for an example, and you can let me know in the comments if this is something that you're actually doing. Okay, you want to share something that is very personal and you're very connected to, right? This is coming from the heart. Like I said, you are very fired up. This could be your personal story. This could be something that you otherwise would feel, maybe I'm picking this up, that you otherwise would feel maybe a little bit uncomfortable, or at least this is pushing your comfort zone to share this. Now, it could be about your spiritual journey or just your journey in general. Whatever it is, it's something that's very close to your heart. Now, as much as you want to share this with the people around you, and because you are so excited about it, you have definitely learned in the past that it is best to keep your some goals and some aspirations, and especially when they're creative in nature, to yourself. Now, this is coming through hot and channeled. This is really just also a little bit from my own personal experience. Why I would decide to keep something, under wraps and not speak on it is because I have learned personally in the past that if you go ahead and share your idea, or if you come out with it before it's completed and it's finished, there is a chance that somebody could, take your idea and try to run with it. Now, I also have learned, and this is just me talking to my bestie out here, that even if somebody does, quote unquote, steal your idea or try to do what you're doing or copy you in some way, or even try to push it out faster than you. We have people, in our world that can be quite competitive and low key. Sometimes it's the people that we really do not expect to be in some kind of weird competition with us, which is strange. But anyways, sometimes, if somebody were to take your idea and try to run with it, or again, duplicate it, copy it, whatever, they would only ever have that one thing that you've shared with them. Like, they would only really have that one idea. They don't really have anything else to back it up. They don't have your whole plan. So there is that, in case anyone out here is panicking, like, oh my gosh, I did talk about it, I didn't hold it back. But now maybe the message you're pulling from this reading is to actually start keeping it pretty hush-hush, pretty quiet, what your plans are. Because when we start going out here and speaking on our plans, sometimes we can open ourselves up to the saboteurs, okay, in our world. So it's interesting that this is coming out, because I do see that you are 100% focused, dedicated on this project, on this goal, on this creation that is very spiritual in nature. You could be creating a class, creating a school, becoming the teacher yourself with the Hierophant here. And it does look like you are poised for success, okay, with the Chariot energy. This is very fast movement forward. This is you accomplishing the goal very quickly, okay? So you won't have to keep it secret or keep it safe, for long, because you will be able to come forward with this, okay? So you know what? I'm just going to take a minute. Girl, I need a sip of my coffee. I'm going to soak this in and see if I can pull anything else out before we start clarifying this energy. Here we go. Okay, besties, I have decided where we're going to go with this reading and how we're going to clarify. I am going to start with who or what is the Four of Pentacles, energy warning us about? Like, why do we need to keep this to ourselves? Let's get some specifics. But first, I kind of wanted to show you my favorite coffee mug. It is huge, and hopefully I can do this without spilling. It's the Craft. Okay, yeah, anyways, it doesn't matter. It says weirdos. We are the weirdos, mister. It's like one of my favorite scenes from the movie, but okay, I'll get into it. All right, I'm still drinking my coffee. I'm still waking up, friends. By the time you see this reading, you're gonna be like, either you're in another time zone and you're like, it's the middle of the night, or you could be like, okay, it's sometime in the afternoon, but whatever, it is what it is. I'm on the West Coast, so it's still morning for me. Okay, Spirit, can you tell us, who are we being warned about here with the Four of Pentacles? Why, or who, or what? Let's find out. What are we being warned? Why are we being guided to keep this to ourselves? We have the Ace of Wands, which I'm not surprised to see here, because it is talking about your passion, your goal. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Sun. Interesting energy here. Okay, besties, buckle up, because these cards here are really showing us the kind of energy that, kind of smiles to your face, but panics behind the scenes every time you take a step forward in life, okay? Now, this is what I'm seeing here. There's someone around you, okay, maybe even someone very close, who's watching your rise, okay, and low-key spiraling, all right? And it's not because they don't believe in you. It's very interesting here. It's really because they're scared that you will rise without them, okay? So it's showing me a little bit of a wound here. Somebody is carrying this deep, unhealed abandonment wound, all right? And now that they see your fire with the Ace of Wands, right, they're panicking, right? They're panicking. They see you planting seeds, right? And they see you grinding, right? Okay. And you're going to be shining brighter, and you already are. Okay. You're already shining brighter than ever. And instead of celebrating you, celebrating your glow up, their fear is whispering, what if they outgrow me? Okay. So this could be a friend, a family member, somebody very close to you. And instead of, like I said, instead of celebrating, what do? Instead of dealing with their inner child wound, they start throwing a fit. They start throwing off your energy, and it's really subtle sabotage. Okay. Maybe they're giving you bad advice, or maybe they're discouraging you, because maybe saying things like, "Oh, that'll never work," or "Oh, you don't. What makes you think you can do that?" It's really unfortunate. I don't like it, but it is what it is. I feel like they could even be mirroring your ideas, or trying to copy you a little bit, right? Following in your footsteps, because they think that will keep them close to you. Okay, so they're trying to do what you're doing, not to try to just steal your idea, but to try to be part of it in some sense, because they are definitely afraid that you are going to leave them in the dust. Okay. So it's more of an insecurity that's coming through than anything, right? But I really want you to hear me very clearly. Their fear, okay, is not your problem. All right. You do not owe anyone a dimmed down version of yourself just so they feel safe. All right. That is not love. That's control, disguised as connection, honestly. Okay. So Spirit is saying, keep your moves quiet, keep your moves sacred, right? Keep building, keep glowing. And above all, just trust what your path will, trust that your path will attract people who are ready to walk beside you and not kind of cling on to you and cling behind you. All right. So, it feels like kind of sad, to be honest with you, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm going to continue to unpack this a little bit, because it just feels unfortunate. And it's always a bummer when we do have people that we love or people that we're close to not in our corner, when they should be giving us the raw treatment, like our little cheerleader friends. They're here trying to bring you down a little bit. So it's coming from their insecurity. But okay, let's just ask, okay, what does this person want from you? What does this person want from you? Okay, let's see, because they definitely don't want to be left behind. Okay, what do they want from you? They want temperance. Nope. Okay, what do they want from you? Four of Wands. Okay. Nine of Pentacles. I'll get one more. Strength. Very interesting. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. Okay, I'm going to tune into this, because this is all very positive energy, so I need to tune in. Okay, so this is a little more layer than I actually expected, and I'm really glad that I tuned in for this, because this person doesn't really want to sabotage you out of spite, okay? This is somebody who wants in on the glow up, okay? They want to be chosen. They want to be included. They want to be your rock, okay? So like your right hand, I was there from the beginning, ride or die, okay? And on the surface, it's not, that's not a terrible thing, but it's showing up in a very interesting way here. With Temperance and the Four of Wands, like I'm getting that there is a real desire for harmony and closeness and even celebration with this person. Like they see your success and they're like, don't forget about me when you make it. All right. So the Nine of Pentacles is wild here, because it shows that you've become self-sufficient. Okay. Independent. You are glowing from within. And as beautiful as this is, it's intimidating. Okay. So it makes this person feel like they're no longer needed. And Strength, I mean, that tells me that they admire your resilience. Okay, so this is showing up like a family member or a close friend again, okay? But they also, I'm going to tell you about it though, is because they also lean on it. They lean on you, right? They might be a little codependent on you, to be honest. And it's really showing up now when you're starting to, really embody your own independence. Okay. So I feel like your energy has been their life force. Okay. And now with the Seven of Wands, they're starting to feel that boundary that you're placing and a shift in you. Okay. So there's a sacred space that you've put between your dream and their emotional needs. And so what do they want from you? Honestly, I feel like they want reassurance. Okay. They want to be invited. They want to feel like they still matter in your next chapter. But here's the hard truth. Okay. Just because someone wants to come with you doesn't mean they're ready for where you're going. Okay. You're not obligated to carry anyone who hasn't done the work to walk beside you. And we need to let that sink in. Okay. Because I am picking up on your care and compassion for this person. So it's kind of like, it's kind of putting you in a very difficult position, because this is something that you are called to do on your own. You don't want anyone's help. You don't, and it's not that you don't want to be supported. It's just that you don't need it. Okay. You're really walking. This is a solo kind of path for you. And, it's about you. I feel like it's something that you really like. Again, how can somebody, let's take that book example back. Let's bring it back in. How can someone else write your story with you? You know what I mean? Like, this is your journey. And so this person is just low key panicking. This is actually taking a little bit of a different direction than I had expected, because we do often get like the person who's in this, like, a little bit more shady intentions, but this is not it. This is somebody that is just panicking because they don't want to lose you. Okay. And they just want to come with you. They're very much, the thing is, they're very attached and they're very almost enmeshed in what you are doing. Okay. And just you give this person life, you give this person strength. So let me just ask now, what can we do to spiritually protect our goals and our creative ideas right now? Keeping in mind that, we don't hate this person. Okay. We don't, I don't feel like you want to hurt this person either. I feel like you really care about them. Okay. So, what can we do to spiritually protect our goals and our creative ideas right now? Okay. What can we do to spiritually protect ourselves, our goals, and our creative ideas? Oh, we have the Five of Cups. We have the Fool. This one wants to come out too. The Three of Cups. Oh, here, the Nine of Cups and the High Priestess. All right. Okay, besties, this is where the energy gets real. Okay. On, what can we do to spiritually protect ourselves, our goals, and our creative ideas right now? I gotta just say one thing, okay, before I get into it. And it's protecting your joy doesn't make you heartless. It really makes you wise, okay? I want to say that before we get into it, because with the Five of Cups here, you're not imagining that heaviness in your heart, okay? The Five of Cups really is showing up because some of you are grieving the version of your journey that included this person, okay? So maybe a dream where they could have grown with you or supported you or cheered you on without letting their wounds leak all over your path, all right? But here's the thing. Your soul did not sign up for guilt-tripped loyalty, okay? I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. Your soul does not sign up for guilt-tripped loyalty, okay? It signed up for freedom, alignment, and authentic joy, okay? And that's exactly what this Fool is bringing in here. It's a fresh chapter, a clean slate. It's this sacred, leap forward that really isn't about leaving people behind. It's about following the inner call and trusting that whoever's meant to rise with you will catch up on their own timeline, okay? And so Spirit's advice is to keep your energy clear. With the High Priestess, it says just move quietly, continue to do what you're doing, protect your visions, okay? Not everybody gets access to your magic, okay? Especially mid-manifestation. Okay, so keep something sacred and honestly, just let your intuition lead the way here. Okay, because with the Three of Cups, the Nine of Cups, it tells me that you will find your soul circle. Like, you will celebrate your wins with people who pour into you with pure intention. Okay, so you're not meant to walk this path completely alone. but you are meant to walk it with discernment and with people who match the vibe, right? With people you really resonate with. And you could be feeling, like I said, there's a little bit of this guilt trip energy, this loyalty that you feel that you should have with towards this person, but they just don't match your vibe anymore. And that's not anyone's fault, right? So, mourn the loss, but definitely do not abandon your mission. Okay. Protect your joy, guard your glow, and just honestly trust that the universe is going to bring in new connections that match your frequency instead of, anchoring you to their fear, to their insecurity. Okay. Because that's not, it's only gonna bring you down, bestie. Okay. So I just have one more question for this reading, and then I'll get it out there as soon as possible. Um, what's the ultimate outcome if you do stay focused, okay, and keep your energy secret, safe, and sacred? Okay. What is the ultimate outcome here if we stay focused? What is the ultimate outcome if we stay focused? There's the focus energy. So funny. Ace of Swords. And if you heard that in the background, that was just the cat getting a zoomy out of nowhere. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Wands. I feel like the World. Oh, Nine of Swords. What are you doing here? And we have Death. Oh, I feel like I know what this is about. Okay, besties. I feel like, the reading, it kind of took a brutal but yet still beautiful turn. Okay. And sometimes that's exactly what we need to hear. So the truth is, okay, if you stay focused and protect your vision, you're 100% going to succeed. That is not the question, or it's not in question here. What is coming through very clearly is that you will have to release along the way. The Ace of Swords, it says that clarity is already here. Like, you already know what this is. And I feel like you see it for what it is now. And that's very powerful, but it's also heavy, right? Because the Ten of Wands is showing this burden of carrying a connection that no longer fits your journey. Okay. You've been trying to bring someone with you who really isn't ready to go. And it's weighing you down. Okay. It's weighing you down. And with the world here in the center of everything, this is your confirmation. Like, you're graduating from a karmic cycle. Okay. You're not the same person you were when this friendship or this connection began. You've evolved, right? And not everyone gets to come with you into this next chapter. And yes, it hurts. Okay. I mean, the Nine of Swords is showing us the guilt, the anxiety, and, the tossing and turning at night about it. But with the Death card, it kind of seals the deal. But it does, it seals it with love. Okay. It's not just an ending. It's this transformation moment that it's good for you, but it might not feel good while it's happening because of the guilt. Okay. So here's your permission slip. All right. I'm going to give one to you right now. You are allowed to mourn the ending. Okay. You're allowed to honor the past, but you are not required to carry guilt for choosing yourself. Okay. Some endings are not betrayals. They are initiations. Okay. So you didn't leave them behind. You just chose to move forward. Okay. So I really feel like there's an affirmation here coming through for you. Because you are not heartless. You are not heartless at all. You are so full of love that this is where we hear this saying come in, you're loyal to a fault. Okay. Not that it's bad to be loyal, but the fault is, it could derail your own progress. Like, being loyal to a fault means that you're loyal and, ride or die, that's all great in theory. But if somebody is pulling you down, I mean, that's where the fault is, right? It's just so hard. So let me end this with an affirmation for you, because I know this is not easy. Okay. So say it loud, say it proud. If you want to reaffirm it in the comments, go ahead, bestie. Maybe write it down, pause the reading, get a pen and paper, or put in your phone, however you do. I'm still old school. I need to write things down like this because I find that when you write it down, you remember it when you physically use a pen. But anyway, here it is. Okay. Are you ready? I release the guilt of outgrowing what no longer honors my growth. I walk forward in truth, love, and trust. Okay? And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to repeat it again. I release the guilt of outgrowing what no longer honors my growth. I walk forward in truth, love, and trust. Okay? So I will see you in the next reading, bestie. It will be Soulful Sunday. If you are new to our tribe, if you're new to our Glow Up gang, please go ahead and subscribe. I am trying to reach a goal of hitting 1,000 members or 1,000, subscribers here for our Glow Up gang at the Divine Feminist by the end of the month. So I'm trying. I'm really trying. Let's see if we can do it together. If you want to be with me, my ride or die from the ground up. But if I start dragging you down, you go ahead and you cut me off, okay? No hard feelings. If you glow past where this channel can and lead you, then go for it. I'm happy for you. Anyways, I'm sending you lots of love. Thank you for being here. Also, shout out to the members who are joining our Glow Up gang, pledging their support on a monthly basis. You do get early access to the readings and a couple other perks. You can check it out by hitting the join button below if you feel called to do so. I really appreciate everybody and all of your energy exchange and just for being here with me. Y'all are the best, and I will speak to you in the next reading. Bye.